Speaking of that, okay, it's now more than ever. Okay, we're kind of we're going into a different market right now. I think there's going to be a lot of business out there to be had, but it's now more than ever. It's really important to adhere to your process. Okay, last couple of years we've had fish jumping in the boat. It's not happening as much as it did the last few years. We have to actually make sure we pick the right bait, cast in the right place, touch all the bases. We have to do those things. And I believe in my process, as I make a phone call and schedule a meeting, during that meeting, it's a discovery meeting. I don't sell, I just ask probing questions and try to uncover opportunities. It's where I use focus questions, is in that discovery meeting. And if I identify an opportunity, the next step is for me to do a broker opinion of value in that opportunity and schedule a subsequent meeting where I present the broker price opinion and I pitch. And then if we're on the same page in terms of value or where we should go, then I go ahead and I ask for the business. If we're not, I leave because they don't qualify in terms of expectations. But my process is very, very particular. And I used to, the last couple of years, I could skip discovery meetings, initial meetings. I can go right to the broker price opinion and pitch because that's the kind of world we lived in. Can't do that now. Very important. I believe the deal is won or lost in that initial meeting for me. I don't know all your businesses, but I win the business in the initial discovery meeting where I differentiate myself, build rapport, build trust, get all the information. The pitch or presentation is a formality. And it is how I set expectations. And I want to share this. The other big challenge that I'm seeing with my clients is sellers still have an expectation that they're going to get this much for their property and the market is this much. I mean, for investment properties, I've seen as much as a 65 to 90 basis point increase in cap rates, depending on the quality and the type of the property. Okay, so it's really important when you go do your pitch or your presentation that you have a solid broker opinion of value that's got market data. My broker price opinions all have at least 3 recent sales, very recent sales. They also have at least 3 on market, competitive properties that are similar. Okay, and that's where I talk about strategic pricing. I want to price it above the market, but I want to price it below these competitors so you get first look at the most qualified buyers. So I'm going to get an above market price, but I'm going to be, here's your competition. I need to be pretty. I need to be the prettiest girl to dance to get you the most activity, right? So it's very important that I share with them, here's the latest sales. Here's what's on the market. As a result of this market data, I would recommend a list price of X, but your realistic sales price is going to be here. And here's one of the most important questions that you're going to ask when you are in this presentation is that in line with your expectations? This question, these 2 questions I'm going to share with you are going to make you so much money, especially in a down market. Is that in line with your expectations? Nowadays, you're going to hear way more than you're going to hear the other. You're going to hear, no, it's not in line with my expectations. You're saying it'd be 3.5 million. I expected 4.3. I paid 4.2 for it. And then you're simply going to ask, you're not going to argue with them. You're simply going to ask, how did you arrive at that number? And shut up. But this takes a lot of discipline to shut up and stay shut up. He'll be squirming in his seat. It's going to be really uncomfortable, And it's going to feel like 5 minutes goes by, but I promise it's 10 or 15 seconds when they tell you how they got to that number. And most of the time, it won't make any sense whatsoever. And they're going to illustrate just how absurd that was. So then you take that opportunity. You don't talk about how stupid that is. You don't talk about how, you know, the amount of debt you're carrying on the building today has zero relevance in what the property is worth. You don't get into all that. You simply open up your broker price opinion and you say, all right, so help me understand. Okay, the market, I can go buy these 3 properties right here and get this return. They're very similar to yours. Why would I buy your property for this amount and get a 30% less return? Why would I do it? Just there could be a reason. I'm not trying to be a jerk. Help me understand. I'm missing something here. Okay, the data, if presented correctly in a non-adversarial way, will set their expectations. Okay, unless they're totally stupid, they might decide, you're right, this is where the market is, I can't sell at that price, so I've got to keep it, which is fine. You don't want to take it at a higher price anyway, and you don't want your competitors to come in and take it at a higher price, or you do, maybe you do, because they're not going to sell it either. But those two questions, is that in line with your expectations? And how did you arrive at that number? And then going back to the data to prove your price opinion is how you're going to get properties priced properly in today's market.